Good evening, everyone. Well, I'm back. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I did say on Sunday I wasn't going to be here because I had something going on. And it turned out I wasn't going to be here anyway because I was very tired yesterday, very headachy because of it. And so I probably would have canceled the stream anyway. So it turned out to work out. But I'm back, so we're going to do what I said we were going to do on Monday. We're going to play Narcosis. Narcosis is a VR spooky game. This one's actually a sit-down experience. You don't have to have a VR headset to play it, but those always kind of worry me, because then it means I hope the VR side of it's good. But we'll see. They're always a bit iffy. But yeah, got the VR headset here. This thing captures in full screen, thankfully, so shouldn't be too many issues. All right, so it's a mouse and keyboard as well. This has the potential to maybe make me a little sick. I don't know. I haven't done a sit down one. Well, no, we did. Actually, no. I was pretty much, well, I was fine with No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky still used the controllers, even though I was sitting down. This uses the mouse and keyboard, so this one might get me, but who knows. We'll have to see. Also, hang on. No, wait, there it is. Hey, Wakaluna. Just wasn't showing you in the chat there for a second. Okay, so, I think I just have to start it from here. Let me, because it won't let me use the VR controllers. Might be loud. I turned it down like to 25% and it still seemed pretty loud, but we'll see. Actually, I better put, this, well, it'll let me reset it inside. It's got it set over there. This seems really loud. If it is too loud... I just realized I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to see the chat if I don't have the controllers. I didn't even consider this, actually. Let me try to set something up here. This actually completely slipped my mind. I can set something up so I can like have it down in a corner or something. Means I'll constantly see you guys, but let me see. Let me bring this up. Yeah, I did consider. I'm not playing this with the controllers I've always used to see the chat. So this time I don't have that. So let's see. We want to bring this up. There. Raise that up, and let's see. I'm gonna need to decide where this goes. I think it's gonna go on the screen. I just have to figure out where. Okay, cool. That's tied to the headset, but I cannot see nor read that. Let's see. Exposition. X-axis. So I'm going to try to have it so it's like sort of down where I can't see it, or it's not in front of me. But I cannot read it at all. Plus, if there's a UI, that might mess it up. Actually, I wonder. Let's try something here. Because even though it doesn't use the controller, maybe I can still use the controller. Maybe. Whichever controller says it is. Oh. Yeah, I think without seeing the controller, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay. We'll do it that way then. That seems a lot easier. Okay, sorry about this. It was something I didn't even consider. Right. So I don't think you guys can see this at all if I bring this up. No. All right. I'll just have to keep that controller active and not let it go to sleep. All right, so I should be set to go, and I'll join you in just a second. Not really want to fit with this headset. Okay. I gotta try and... Hello? You're right there. Gotta try my hardest not to bump the microphone. You're right there. Okay. Then I can see the chat. Ooh, there we go. All right. I think it says, where's my home keys? Where's my homies? Great game. How loud is that? Incredibly loud. I'm so sorry. See, I did turn it down. Yeah, you'll have to let me know if it's like... Put headphones. Okay, how's it sound now? How's it sound to me? It can do a mouse and keyboard and it can do a controller. I mean, it might end up getting louder, so you'll just have to let me know. So it's weird how on the stream, you know, I'll have to turn like, you know, if I'm playing on my own, I have to turn the volume up to like 50%. If I play it on stream, it's gotta go down to like 10%, because I guess the broadcast audio. All right, well, we'll go with this, and like I say, if it doesn't sound right, you all can just let me know, okay? So, let me grab the water bottle, because I'm kind of thirsty still. So, it looks like the date's December, or not December, it's February 2nd, 2019. That's weird. Oh, knocked that over. I have almost no sight. All Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to know until we get started, so... Just the rumbling in the background. Event log. Once in a lifetime. Sure, load the event log.
Oceanova was once in a lifetime. They're breaking new ground, making something meaningful. Mining methane hydrate frozen beneath the seabed. There's alternatives, but none so plentiful.
Is that Robert Downey
It's clean
Jr.?
and safe. I couldn't say no.
Sorry about your weekend, but someone had to draw the short straw. We've got a lot of updates to get through, but new suit, same rules. Give me a sec. Okay, instruments. O2.
Alright, maybe that's better? That was really loud. Green scene link, where at? Is it like up there? Or is it down there? Or behind me? It's up there, I gotta like turn it that way. I can never see from here. Let's try that again.
Oceanova was once in a lifetime. They're breaking new ground, making something meaningful. Mining methane hydrate frozen beneath the seabed. There's alternatives, but none so plentiful. It's clean and safe. I couldn't say no.
Sorry about your weekend, but someone had to draw the short straw. We've got a lot of updates to get through, but new suit, same rules. Give me a sec. Okay, instruments. O2. Flares and thrust. Oh, Jesus. Here, you know the drill. You're stressed, panicking, breathing hard. Sensors tripped. As you know, your O2 burns down a lot faster under stress. Anyway. Let's move. Let's see. Scrubbers, check. Temp, check. Lights, check. Camera, check.
Okay. Okay, it's fixed. How is the audio there? That still the voice still sounds loud. Sounds a bit loud. Seriously, that sounds like Robert Downey Jr.'s voice. Oh, this is weird though, because like I'm in my suit. And I seem to walk in the direction I'm looking. Or I can just manually do it. Can I change that? Controls. It doesn't look like I can... Gaze navigation, I think this is it. Don't want that. We'll do the screen shake, sure. Kind of want to be in control of the direction I look. Doesn't sound like Robert to you? Really? Okay. So how's everything else look? Does it look fine? See how this would make people motion sick. It's bordering on me, but I'm used to it enough. Good. It's cool because I like that it actually works really well so far. Oxygen.
Something's still not... Hold on a sec. I need you to hit thrusters one more time.
Plus not this
Whenever
guy.
you're ready.
This guy's not. Robert Downey Jr. I still got my knife.
All good. Let's try it in reverse. Okay, target practice. Fire a couple of flares. Okay. Okay.
Well, this is entirely based on my head.
All right. Navsys, check. Thruster, check. Launcher, and check. Let's get out of here. Grab a little sunshine while we can.
Ooh, I'm going down. Oh, well. Didn't know I was supposed to jump there. I guess the lesson in thrusters should have told me that. it feels good. Like, it feels pretty legit, actually. I feel like I'm in a submarine suit. Hey.
Welcome back, mon frere. Hey. You alright? Come on, let's get back to the hat.
It's in the wrong ear. Do I have this on backwards? Oh.
Robots all riled up. Don't want to miss that. I'll circle back with JJ tomorrow. Get this all wrapped up.
Okay. So when I look down.
10:02, February 2nd. We were 50 miles from the epicenter. But an 8 on the Richter scale makes that kind of distance irrelevant.
This is so Robert Downey Jr.
Hold up, something's off. You seeing this?
The shockwaves hit 6 minutes later, striking the south face of the hab first and hardest. 27 minutes in, with that kind of concussive force, even the sealed modules were compromised. After that came the ocean. By 10:33, only safe havens in a sub or one of the suits.
Safe haven. 16% oxygen left. What the hey? Whoa, okay. Alright. That killed me. Oxygen left now. Not sure what I do there. Or am I just supposed to have enough oxygen to deal with it? got some air. Have a good one, Wake Luna. That way. That's one of those big old crabs. Down. We're okay.
Check your gear, trust your training. It's one of the first things you learn. But the second they fail, you fall back on what you know best. For me, it's the list. This time, it wrote itself. Keep breathing, find others, and get the hell out.
All hands. Is it Cora has been hit, taking on water. Seriously, sub, standing by. I repeat, the hab's taking on water. Right, River, count as one. Repeat, get back as one.
Man, you really do feel like closed in. You look good with some butter. Good. Go in the crab shack. Just coming through, that's all. Hello. You wanna like go on? Okay. How do I deal with that? Okay. Pretty creepy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Guess I'm down here. We're saved. It's kind of creepy because you really don't kind of know entirely what you have to do until you die. Okay, you kind of can't stop either, because again, your stuff is so limited.
When it's all bearing down on so many levels, it's gotta be managed. You can't shake the pressure. Just make your peace with it. Don't let it take the wheel.
You know, I kind of like having him in my ear. Talk more. It's actually kind of comforting. Sure where to go here. I like how they've given me a knife, but it essentially does nothing.
There's protocol for everything. Has to be. Second guessing puts lives at risk. So it's best to stick to procedure, step by step. So with an all-hands call, you head straight for Compass 1. Try and reach surface from comms.
Oh boy, it does excellently making me feel just absolutely closed in. Like I just feel like I'm. Oh. Calm down.
JJ, Demi, is anybody getting this? Just anybody read. Maybe we're on the substanding by. Hab's falling apart.
Hey, Dark Omen. How you doing? Yeah, we're playing this. It's pretty good. I swear it's got Robert Downey Jr.'s voice in it. And boy, do I actually feel like I'm just at the bottom of the ocean alone by myself. There we go. My weekend was alright. I'm feeling okay. I was tired yesterday, so I probably would have canceled yesterday anyway. Still pretty tired, but I'm a little bit more rested.
From the outside, the structure seemed intact. So I figured whoever's inside might... well, maybe it's okay.
Well, that's not good.
We ran all kinds of drills. And you believe you know what to expect. But once I got inside, where it's familiar and you should feel safe, even though I had to, those first few steps weren't easy.
Well, this place is breached. transmissions and temperature warnings. Can't actually jump. Fishy's got in. Jesus. Weren't there before. Some of my air down. Okay. Oh, I hope that thing's dead. How did that thing get in here? The urine jars are fine. Hello? Oh. That's less than good, isn't it? Stay weird. Oh. What just happened? Something shifted. So what happened to put me here? Kind of just this massive earthquake, apparently. Like I was, you know, working this station. And then a massive earthquake just pretty much ruined everything. Get that oxygen tank. Doesn't give you much chance to move slowly. You almost just have to kind of keep going. You don't seem to have a lot of leeway. Don't look at that. Updated. Oh. Kind of gives me a little bit of space, I guess, to do stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of on a track anyway, or in a hallway, but yeah. Let's see, who was this? A loner not so humble as to hide it. Dr. Bay held court up in geology. Held court up in the geology module. It looks like the lab walls swallowed him up, then spit him out. I can see the look on his face. Floor yawning wide open beneath his patent leathered feet. His precious papers floating all around. Mother Nature's a harsh mistress. And when it comes to knocking, it's from every possible angle. This person. We'd all met long before setting foot in Compass 1. ADS training, briefings, trust exercises. Dr. Liang asked us to call her Susie right from the start. She said it's easier to pronounce, but I'm pretty sure she just hated people screwing up her real name. She grabbed an O2 tank and breather before climbing into the ventilation shaft. Clever, but there's no outwitting the ocean. After forcing its way in, it swept her literally off her feet and hung her out to dry. That was that body we found. Yeah, so we're like finding the people, I guess. Go in. Right. Okay. There's no way out now. Okay. The shit. Status communication. So there's a shuttle. I guess we need to proceed to shuttle bay, board the shuttle. transfer to Compass 2 where we can get out, I guess. Okay. Dr. Pahlavi was first to reach the evac pod and got caught in the blast when it ruptured. In a sealed environment, flames burn hotter, propagating an accelerated rate. Chemicals, confined spaces, oxygen-rich air. As a chemist, she understood the risks better than most of us, but it didn't keep her from grousing about how all the restrictions stymied her research. We each had our own challenges, personal and professional, in the lab, but we're all in the same boat. Only now it's a Viking funeral. Oh, the backer, yeah, the backers list. Maybe. Could be. Was my oxygen going down that whole time? There's an oxygen refill.
Reaching the surface was off the table, physically or otherwise. So it's simple. Hitch a sub to Compass 2 and hope others did the same.
Tell me that's not Robert Downey Jr.
Normally, the habs are lit up top to bottom, all the time. A lot of the gear was waterproof. Some of the lights and monitors were still running. So it wasn't dark, but it's fading. Like the whole thing's on life support.
Fucking squid. Decoy octopus? That's a Metal Gear reference. Okay. Did that reopen that? No. phone ringing down here? I don't want to turn around. Here comes height. Still in here? Oh, the hamster. I just noticed that. The hamster drowned. Can't seem to open the door. Hang on. Can't seem to do anything. I think I'm stuck. Might have bugged out. Yeah, I think it bugged out on me. Because I'm not doing anything. This guy named Jeffrey Mattis. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't even leave the game. Can't open the door either. Okay. I guess we're going to restart it. Let's go back to the screen because I'm going to have to like alt tab it. Yeah, it wouldn't let me do anything. It was, I think it bugged. Hello? Back to the screen, okay. Here again. Okay, I remembered that.
Normally, the habs are lit up top to bottom, all the time. A lot of the gear was waterproof. Some of the lights and monitors were still running. So it wasn't dark, but it's fading. Like the whole thing's on life support.
I also noticed once you go in that door, you can't go in any of the others. Don't look back. Family is where you find it. They shut off. And there we go. Bug this time. Who is Sam? Hamster's still dead? I need y'all to stop this. Hey, it's Lyra. Congrats on your wedding, Lyra. Things go wrong, don't go with them. Okay. Jesus fuck. Stop doing this. Okay. So someone didn't eat their bagel. For gaining upward thrust. Nice. Origami, the many splendored art. A little lotion floating around, soap. is the bathroom. This is also the bathroom.
It's relentless. I mean, the isolation is unnatural. Little problems start to spiral. And any baggage you don't check at the surface comes unpacked pretty quick. Some find ways to cope, others struggle.
Yeah, well, which am I? Okay, I guess we're not going back for that one thing. Not hammers, it's cheese. Oh yeah, Minecraft hamsters. Guess I'm gonna go this way. Okay, that wasn't. It's dead. Yep.
Watching life go by inside the bubble is cruel. The ones that care get a head start learning to live without you. So the grief comes first, whether or not you're really gone.
Just do it. What the shit? Lyle lived up to his name, short, sweet, and simple. I don't know if he died from a fall, from the flooding, or for something else. All just means to an end he didn't deserve. Even with so many things that could go wrong, 2 miles down, drowning wasn't something I really thought about a lot. power back on.
I've seen death before, but not like this. Up here, the impact's usually more abstract. This is intimate. It's like when you pass an accident on the freeway. All the possibilities run wild. But then a song you like comes on, or your exit's coming up, and you've moved on. Back to normal.
Yeah, alright. I suppose when I clicked that power back on, I could have gone all the way back for that one ID tag, but... Stress management. Nice. Made little pixel things with the post-it notes. Why do I do this to myself? It's like I say, it does very good for making me feel like, you know, I'm down here confined by myself. You know, the way they've done the HUD is good. You know, I feel like... What was that? Proceed to shuttle bay, okay. Door's unlocked. Calm down. Stay calm. What the shit? light's gone off. Cracking. What the shit? Hey out there, don't fall in front of me, please. Botch that. No, I haven't. Yeah, that's that flare I shot in the very beginning. Back on. That room now.
They're planning on 60, 75 once the whole thing's staffed up. So with just 20 of us, there's already this hollow quality. Like dropping by the office when everyone's gone for the weekend. Not a lot of time for recreation, but the options were there. They did their best to keep us happy.
This is October and we love seeing you almost wet your chair. Can you hold the button to make the flare go further? No, it's based on like an arc. It's dependent on where I look. Wait, now you're on that side. like I can... Those things can one-shot me. Okay, we're in here. Do it. Okay, he was looking like a little chatterbox. Saxes was serious about his own health, as he was ours, but even between the endless work and daily workouts, he seemed tireless, wise and weather-beaten, like some sort of boxing monk. Even behind the ravaged remains of his kindly face, I could still make out some of that tranquility. I chose to imagine he just sat back, let it all wash over him, rather than spend his final moments fighting against the inevitable. Some ghosts going this way. Door's open now. Making a connection yet? Yeah, I do feel like I'm just alone down here. It's really good at it. Trying to see if I can stretch my headphones a little bit so they're not pushing on my head in the painful spot. I could have used the headset that comes with this, since I'm sitting down. I have this microphone, but it would mean I can't hear the like stream sound. So if anyone subbed, hosted, anything like that, I'd be able to see it or hear it. Okay, what the hell is going on in front of me? how do I do that? If I get too close, it just bounds ahead of me. So maybe I gotta just stay a certain distance from him? Like, or maybe I just follow. Like, maybe this is still here? Is it? Nope. Fuck. I'm dead. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do here. So if I get too close to him, it just disappears. I just need to go out here. Look like it. Out here.
Stand by 5 more minutes. Repeat, we are leaving in 5 minutes. If you're anywhere in range right now is the time.
Well, I guess I'm in range. I guess I was supposed to go this way. They didn't kind of make that clear.
In God we trust, everything else gets triple checked. But so much diligence makes every aspect of daily life heavy. Each task or item, like getting into a suit or going outside, has an equivalent weight. So, for getting cargo or yourself over to Compass 2, the shuttle's the most efficient option, relatively speaking.
Gonna need air soon. Can't get up there. Guess that's my ride up there. Uzer must have been right about right outside Compass 1 when the shockwave hit. He cut off and forced to make his way back to using the service tunnels. It's hard to believe that something punctured his suit. The local wildlife tends to be docile, skittish, but all this heat and light of commotion has the whole place stirred up. And to survive these conditions, it helps to be gracious of a guest as you are warm of a host. Just to say, not at all. This way first. Submarine status departed. Sub-hangar. Left without me, the dicks.
They kept the heat up, but the weight and presence of the ocean, you can't shake that. Gets under your nails and gums like your teeth are coming loose. And then at some point it recedes. You might not notice that till you're topside, but it's always there.
Down. A blobfish, but down this deep it does not. Have you ever seen like the blobfish, and then have you actually ever seen what it looks like actually at depth? That looks nothing like a blobfish. I had a foosball table down here. Whoa! Okay. Guess that thing wanted a piece of me. A lot of those crabs.
So I did. Thought about giving up. With that much time to think about nothing. Just about anyone would. Thing is, the suit's designed to keep you safe, even from yourself. Makes it hard to take the easy way out.
Well, I mean, I could just find a giant spider crab and... it do me in. Also, Victor was soft-spoken, mostly almost shy, but he couldn't hide the pride he took in every action and accomplishment. Although, like most of us, he rarely offered up information about his past. It's clear he came from money, which we're most keenly aware of what we've never had. I can't imagine how his family felt when he set out to pursue a career defined by backbreaking labor and relentless risk. When they learn of his fate, will they take pride in his many accomplishments, or just pity and shame? There's another one. Come on. Her name was Ares, but we called her Malba. She was feisty with a presence that belied her short stature, or maybe because of it. Although she barely came up to my chest, she kept us all on our toes. I found her in the galley. Like every one of us, she had a dozen jobs to do, 7 days a week, and not one passed where you didn't see her sailing in or storming out of that room trying to keep all 20 of us fed. Whatever she's feeding now is probably close by. Nature is nothing if not relentless.
Still, does it make it better knowing how bad things really are? The suit keeps out what you need to be afraid of. Only the fear's trapped in there with you, and it's thriving. So yeah, maybe you're safe and dry, but inside you're drowning.
Went right through that fish. Considering there was just 20 of us in the hab, the intellectual bar was pretty damn high. And Lukacs was as sharp as any of us, PhD or not, which makes it especially tough piecing together his attempt at outrunning the inevitable. Level-headed Lulix, reduced to pure instinct, clambering up and up, the icy water rising up and up, last moments in an infantile state. Body contorted from the electric shock, mind unable to grasp the enormity of his newfound circumstances. Headphones. They pity the fool. door is locked. Where do I unlock the door? Mess up. This is the way it came in. I didn't go to the basement, that's right. Maybe that's it. Hey XY. How you doing? Extra oxygen in here. Smile, you're on camera. Okay, good. Was worried about that. Okay. Door's open. That should be all I need. Jesus. My Twitter notifications after you mass favored and retweeted. Yeah, my phone was going absolutely crazy. This thing's ready to go. A little air freshener in here. Ironic.
Signal received. I repeat, signal received. We're headed back to Compass 1. Repeat, we're coming back.
Wait.
We are coming to get you.
But am I not going to Compass 2 right now?
You were prepared, but what happened next caught you completely off guard. Can we talk about that?
Guess I hit something. It's also very bright. What? Not in my suit anymore. Hello? I'm concussed, aren't I? Gonna realize I'm actually just walking in the ocean. Okay. Seems nice. Pod's gone. What the hell? Just outside my vision, there's a tree. There it is. A tentacle's gonna reach out of that, isn't it?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I was hoping you'd talk about the moment when you realized that the ones you collided with were, in fact, the ones you were trying to save.
It was horrible. I mean, the odds of us finding them in the first place were poor. I sure as hell didn't expect to run into them. I don't know. I mean, I never found out who was in the other half of the wreck. Not alive, anyway.
Okay. That's not good. That's very not good. Which way are they all trying to go? Bones down here. Can't really see. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. fish. I'm falling down. Around him. It's gonna punch me in the face. Nervous, you're nervous.
We were talking about protocol. By your own admission, there are instances where you didn't follow procedure. There's your radio and Cora. Granted, this was unprecedented. But as you said, second-guessing puts lives at risk. Do you think the outcome might have been better if you'd just followed the rules?
Well, it might, but there's no way to know that.
Oxygen. Finale got you, but didn't quite have the same effect. Celestia's ballad. Alright, well that was nerve-wracking. Because yeah, if that other spider crab had caught me, they one-shot you. Beneath the easygoing exterior, JB was a well-oiled machine, firing on all cylinders. Serious business. All four of us carried top-notch credentials as expert as operators, but JB was next level. He really came alive when poured in, out, and on a hike, strolling side by side with JJ, swapping tall tales. I guess at least he died the same way he lived, in the elements, doing what he loved. Because I crashed into him.
So you're lost and looking for some way out of all of this. And really your only option now is the other habitat, Compass 2. And what's most unsettling to me is you're in this dive suit. You call it a walking coffin. I can't even imagine what that takes.
It takes everything. But when you're losing your strength and your senses, well, like I said, it helps you focus on what little's left.
Oh, hello. It's you. Going to the same place. Tell you what, whoever gets there first buys the rounds, alright? Kind of cheating if you teleport. That's all I'm gonna say. What of a dead octopi? What? Leopold. Dunkirk. That wasn't the right way. Getting some of that space madness. Guess that wasn't the right way.
Even setting that aside, so much about your ordeal is almost beyond most people's comprehension. Were you ready for this? Or were you lucky?
No luck.
You mentioned possibilities. Does a part of you wonder where you'd be if you'd never gone down there in the first place?
Not really. I mean, that kind of thinking won't get you anywhere.
Bring it.
I'm not proud of some of the things I did. But I'm not leaving anything out.
Oh.
I can't.
She was alive in there, and I think I just took her oxygen. these fucking spiders.
The last day of 3rd grade, we drive down to the dock. She points at her watch, tells me, close your eyes. She puts her hand on my chest, says, 10 seconds. And then I'm falling. I'm gonna drown. I mean, I'm sure of it. She's shouting, not to interfere. 10 seconds later, her hand's on mine, pulling me up. The next day we go again, only now it's 15. I'm up all night watching the clock, trying to count 20 on the dot. I knew so long as I, hold out. 40 seconds, 45, she'd come. And one day she didn't. My first thoughts, maybe I messed up the count. My second thoughts, I'm on my own. I open my eyes and the sun's behind her. But I know that shape, it's familiar. Arms crossed, staring down at me. Anyway, by the time I climb onto the dock, she's already home.
All right, XY, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I think I just murdered that person. I took her oxygen. Well, her suit wasn't functioning, I guess. Oh.
Methane is a greenhouse gas, one of the most potent. Other industrial disasters may have been more severe, but Oceanova was groundbreaking, like you said. It could be years before we know all the consequences. We might never understand the ecological impact. It was very expensive, and 19 people died. Like it or not, you're the human face of all this. So what do you say to your critics?
I believe in what we were doing.
But was it worth the cost?
Another hecking crab. Those things. Okay, hi. Ooh. Didn't need that. And he's gone. She's pointing over here. Quite sure what. Okay, well, I got the access.
Does it get easier answering all the same questions?
Now, people ask all kinds of questions. What they ask says a lot about their character, especially when it comes to casualties.
To restore the power. How do I do that? How do I do any of this? there's anything to achieve by going in there. Okay. Okay. What's it gotta go to? Back because I need to see what it was. Little blow up dish. $8.15. This is 8.15 long. Okay, so we've got to get it. Interesting little puzzly bit.
So what's the response when they do ask about the gory details?
I oblige. See which way they want to take it. I mean, What people don't get is that they don't want me to keep going. Not really. There's only so much blood and guts people can take before they lose their appetite. Everyone has their limits.
Heating's down. Good, it's the green glow! Good, I'm back in here again. Love being in here. Did I just die? I just died. How was I supposed to prevent that? Ooh, that's close. This is gonna be the obligatory chase scene. I hope not. This is actually starting to get to me a little too much. Like, being in here so deep is just like, I'm feeling extra claustrophobic. Ugh. All major power grids are controlled by voltage puzzles. Yeah. It's starting to get to me though, like just being.
You're very candid when describing some circumstances. Times when you felt crippled with fear, coming across the bodies of friends and colleagues.
Yeah.
It's clear you care, but there's an undercurrent of detachment in the way you present some of the more difficult moments. Was that your intention?
No, I've heard that before. I just did my best to paint a clear picture. When it comes to empathy, there's no manual for that.
Not sure what I'm trying to do now. Your brother is watching you. that. What? Suit's malfunctioning.
I have to ask again. Was it luck?
Conditioning. Conditioning and discipline. It's how I got down there in the first place, and that's how I got out. It's about keeping tethered to the task. You don't let yourself forget about the reality around you. You can't.
Dead ends and redux. What? Can't reach the oxygen. Okay. Suit's just malfunctioning, I'm fine. Okay. Okay. Look, there's plenty of oxygen in front of me. And there it goes. Alright, alright. Space station? Oh my god. Passcode. Okay, this is a bit weird. Things go wrong, don't go with them. Guessing that's one of the numbers. Alright, remember these for me. We're gonna say that's a 0. What? Okay. Five. 056. That could be number 2. 0561. No, it's 0516. No. What's in that suit matters as well. So I'm gonna say like 0. Looks like another 5. 1, 6. Oh, do I have to, like... I guess I actually have to see him. I don't have to enter him myself. Is important. 6. Find the 5 other numbers to progress. They're flashing on my system now. This is not it. One more number. Something like appeared on my hood or something. There it is. Ugh, get me out of this room. It's actually a little bit nauseating in there. Ugh. It's gonna be behind me, isn't it?
You saw terrible things. And even if you made it to the surface, you couldn't count on being rescued. I mean, I'd have lost my mind. Did you ever feel like you were losing it just a little?
No. When they found me, I'd been floating on the surface for at least 5 hours. I talked with therapists and trauma experts for months. Said I was hiding the hurt. But it's not true. I made mistakes down there, yes, but did I lose my mind? No. No way.
Maybe if we turn the hand dryer on. I didn't lose my mind. I was only seeing weird and terrifying shit. Man, this place would have been awesome if it wasn't, you know, submerged. Wait, I'm back in here. Hi there. Okay. Oh my god. I want to finish this. Okay. Okay, not good.
This entire experience is defined by the fact that you came back alone. Your story started with 20 people, but ends with one. So when it comes to telling those stories, you're the only one who can.
There's a responsibility to get things right. For the record.
Oh, this sucks. Oh, this sucks. Oh, I'm so tired of being down here. These flowers. Yeah, I'll just stay with you. You seem like a good friend. It's because he's got the stank on him. He just fucking reeks. Limited thrust enabled. allowed to touch these lights or not, but...
Jesus. Here, you know the drill. You're stressed, panicking, breathing hard. All good. Let's try it in reverse. Welcome back, my friend.
Wait, this is where I started. Rest in peace, Russ.
Hey. You alright? Come on, let's get back to the house.
What the shit? All the ice is gone.
Welcome back to Open Air. I'm Emily Kaler. If you're just joining us, my guest is Kip Mattis, sole survivor of the Ocean Nova disaster. His first book, Hell or High Water, is a harrowing account of his ordeal. Earlier, we talked about the life aquatic, escaping the flooded habitat, and being lost on the seafloor inside a half-ton titanium diving suit.
I hate this. Hello. Yeah, breathe. Yeah, don't breathe deep. I'll drown. It's gone.
Kip, I know this might not be easy, but I'd like to talk about the end. Can you read that for us?
Yeah. The list is getting shorter. The hatch opens with its usual reluctance, flooding the room with light. The pod is there. I'm going home. Tomorrow I'll be the sole survivor. But for now, I'm not alone.
How did you feel when you figured it out?
At that point, and that close, I was running on fear.
No, there's someone
So
else
when I
here.
saw another suit in the room, it's almost too much to process. I couldn't believe that it was...
Oi! You son of a bitch.
Virgil? Is that you?
Virgil made it. Just like me.
How did you get... I thought everyone was...
Only I'm locked inside the pod and he's locked out.
Wait.
Can you hear me? I can't stop the launch. There's no override.
He's not coming back.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
And that's on me.
30 seconds to evacuation.
Oh no. I'm not
So
the
are
person
you
that's been
saying
telling the
that
story.
if you did something differently, that Virgil would have lived?
That's right. Until I saw him, fear in his eyes, I thought I was the only one. It was a bad call.
Evacuation in 5,
This can't be happening.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, God, I'm
Evacuation
sorry.
commencing.
No, 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 no! No, I'm so sorry.
So, the story wasn't being told through my perspective. It was being told by the person that was preceding me. So here I am. By myself. At the bottom of the ocean. Waiting to drown.
You didn't kill him.
Really? Who did? Bad luck? I'm responsible. Look, I'm up here talking with you, and he's still out there.
Hi. I'm not in control right now. Guess it's just me and you, friend. Starting to turn ooky in here. Guess I just wandered the ocean floor until that was it. My suit's off. Well, there we go. Ugh. Yeah, that was a pretty good story. It was it was an interesting twist in the end that, yeah, it was, the whole time they made you think it was being told from the narrator's perspective, and the whole time you're somebody literally following behind him. The story is just being told and you just happen to be kind of following after. In some ways it seems kind of like the, what was that game? It was, I can't remember what it was called. The basic idea was that you were also in a station underwater, and you find out you're just an AI and that kind of stuff. Your downloaded personality. I can't remember the name of the game.
Kip, it's been more than a year since all this happened. You wrote a book and told your story. Are you ready to be done?
Yeah. It's time to move on. Get myself working again.
Kip Mattis, thank you so much for spending time with me today.
Thanks for having me, Emily.
Seriously, he sounds like Robert Downey Jr. Still hear him walking in the background. Open air. So we didn't find everyone. There's a couple people missing. Oh, you can play all the...
From KQDB in Minneapolis, I'm Emily Kaler. This is Open Air. The Oceanova project captured the global imagination when announced in 2016. 3 years later, a small crew of miners and researchers made their home more than 1,000 miles from shore, 2 miles beneath the sea. On February 2nd of last year, the $2 billion installation was battered by shock waves resulting from an undersea earthquake. My guest, Kip Mattis, was on site as an engineer when the habitat, Compass 1, began to take on water. He escaped with 2 colleagues, eventually finding himself alone on the seafloor in a high-tech dive suit. He endured 6 terrifying hours before reaching the surface and rescue. He was the sole survivor. His account of that day, Hell or High Water, was released last week to critical acclaim. Our reviewer calls it a haunting and poignant high point in the tradition of timeless, true-life survival stories. Kip Mattis, welcome to Open Air.
Hello, Emily. Thank you for having me.
This is cool.
There are so many incredible moments in the book, but it's hard to put those in perspective without setting the scene. So before we begin, could you talk a little about Oceanova and what it meant to you?
Oceanova was once in a lifetime. They're breaking new ground, making something meaningful. Mining methane hydrate frozen beneath the seabed. There's alternatives, but none so plentiful. It's clean and safe. I couldn't say no.
Okay, before we go any deeper, I'd like you to help me set the scene. Can you walk us through what happened, how it all began?
Sure. I guess I'll start at the beginning. 10:02, February 2nd. We were 50 miles from the epicenter. But an 8 on the Richter scale makes that kind of distance irrelevant. The shockwaves hit 6 minutes later, striking the south face of the HAB first and hardest. 27 minutes in, with that kind of concussive force, even the sealed modules were compromised. After that came the ocean. By 1033, only safe havens in a sub or one of the suits.
There's a passage where you describe turning inward for guidance. And it feels important. Would you mind reading that for us?
Check your gear, trust your training.
Yeah, this is pretty much all
One
the
of the
stuff
first
he
things you learn.
spoke as it went on.
But the second they fail, you fall back on what you know best. For me, it's the list. This time, it wrote itself. Keep breathing, find others, and get the hell out.
That's Kip Mattis reading from Hell or High Water. Now, I think it's safe to say that this book, your experience, is... well, it's about pressure, isn't it?
When it's all bearing down on so many levels, it's got to be managed. You can't shake the pressure. Just make your peace with it. Don't let it take the wheel.
There were 2 habitats, one of which was Compass 1, your home. But it was also an established rendezvous point in case of emergencies. Was there anything, any precedent you could look to for guidance?
Yes. I mean, there's protocol for everything. Has to be. Second guessing puts lives at risk. So it's best to stick to procedure, step by step. So with an all-hands call, you head straight for Compass 1. Try and reach surface from comms.
Do you remember a certain point where the scales tipped? Where
yeah,
you're like,
he's just
okay,
repeating
this
the
is
stuff that he kind of
even worse than I
narrated as
thought.
he went.
And I think it was hardest when I eventually got back to Compass 2. I mean, you're holding out for hope that someone else had survived. And from the outside, the structure seemed intact. So I figured whoever's inside might, well, maybe it's okay.
There we go. That was good. I enjoyed that. I guess I should swallow the screen, shouldn't I? Oop. There we go. Oh, goodness. Well, there we go. That one was good. Like, I was worried because you could play it with or without VR, and it was a sit-down experience. And usually games like that tend not to be that good in VR, but this one actually was. I mean, it was mostly a walking simulator with a little bit of you have to take action on certain things, which was good. You see, I got VR face. It's weird talking without the headset on. Weird hearing my own voice unmuffled. So yeah, and I mean, it turned out really well. I can see how, like, of course, some people's complaints are it's an exercise in motion sickness, but for me, it was fine. Yeah, I could see after a while, like, certain instances, because you really have to have your VR legs for that one. Do I hear my own voice? Only, well, I meant like when I have my headphones off. You know, if you talk with your headphones on. Otherwise, it doesn't feed back into my headset. But right, it's... I'm not gonna do any more VR tonight, so... I need to remember to charge this controller specifically. Well... I wonder. It doesn't feel like there's enough time to really... Not really enough time to jump into Minecraft, is there? A little under an hour left. Maybe I'll go early tonight. I am still a little bit tired. But yeah, that was really good. I liked it. I liked the way they told the story. I liked the kind of twist at the end of that where, you know, it was actually being told from someone else's perspective. That was good. And the whole thing was like, like I say, I kind of wanted it to end because I was feeling the pressure. Like, at least in the VR side of things, you really do feel like you're sorry, I just noticed the people that made the game retweeted that I was, no, they didn't retweet, they liked the tweet that I was streaming this game. But yeah, you just like, you really felt like you were in this suit. It was made so well in VR that you just really felt like you were in the suit, you know. And it just started feeling really isolated, like incredibly isolated. And after a while, you just start feeling that pressure of like, Jesus, you feel like you're down there. You feel like you're just constantly. It kind of performs that kind of almost closed in, claustrophobic feel quite nicely. That not only just kind of being down in the deep alone, but the suit itself. I mean, I really did feel like I was in the suit. And that is something that almost never seems to really happen in a lot of VR types, because usually like the suit will, the HUD will follow your mask or whatever. And this one, it was just like, yeah, I can look around. Now, of course, I did have to change the controls a bit, because originally I would go whichever way I looked. I changed the controls so that didn't happen, which then just made it perfect. It was perfect. But yeah, that was a really enjoyable game. It was spooky. It was nerve-wracking. It kept you tense, you know. And I liked that. That was a good one. And it didn't like. It's another one of those kinds I kind of liked, you know. It kept things eerie and spooky and that kind of stuff. So that was good. I enjoyed that. So there we go. That's another spook under the belt. I'm not sure what to do next, actually, because that was. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do next. I'm not planning ahead very well, so I'm just trying to decide like what I want to do. Tomorrow, I think I am going to go a little bit early because, like I say, I am a bit tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. But I'll come back tomorrow, hopefully fresh. And I don't know, I might either pick another spook game or we might pick Minecraft. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one I want to pick. But we'll see. I'll look through my list. If I see something that's just like, oh yeah, really want to do this. Probably won't be a VR because, like I say, wearing the headset in these headphones hurts after a while. But man, I recommend it. I recommend playing Narcosis. Even if you've seen it, I recommend it, especially in VR. It looked great in VR. Like, it didn't have that whole... I really never know. I almost never really noticed it was in VR. It never had that kind of... that screen door effect, you know, where things look kind of grainy. It never looked like that. And I didn't realize it until I just now thought about it. Now that I just now think about it, I didn't notice any kind of grainy effect. So it looked really good as well. So yeah, that was excellent. Really good game. I recommend it, especially in VR. I think it'd still be... I don't know if you get as much of a kick out of it not in VR. Because I think the VR just really clenches it. I think that's what really nailed it down. Because, man, you just really feel like you're in there. So what achievements did I miss? Retrieve one personal effect for each member of the Ocean Nova crew. I didn't know you could. I apparently found one of them. Locate unlucky Uzar while your world's turned upside down. Retrieve every ID. I missed 4 of them. Locate lifeless mother cuttlefish surrounded by her spawn. I think I saw that, but I never approached it. In the darkest hour, even little amusement goes a long way. Don't know what that one is. In the Rorschach test, evade an octopus ink blast. I didn't do that either. Oh well. Otherwise, got the rest of the achievements. So. All right. Well, like I said, that was a great game. I recommend it, especially if it's VR. It's spooky, it's creepy, it's eerie. It keeps you on edge, but it was a good one. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I don't know about tomorrow. I'll either pick another spooky game or it might be Minecraft. One of the two. We'll see which one it is. But yeah. Okie dokie, guys. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. And I shall return tomorrow with something. So have a great night, guys. And I shall see y'all tomorrow. Night, everyone.